So now when it rained in the last few days, before it splashed on the TVs, I knew that there's going to be a lot of damage. This time I felt the pain of the farmers, and I realized that I need to do something about the country as a whole, and I will actively search for opportunities where I can possibly make this difference.
My community project was with the People's Science Institute based out of Dehradun, and we worked on something called the Rural Tourism Project. So essentially what is happening in the state of Uttarakhand is that the rate of migration is quite high. So the People's Science Institute was looking at alternative livelihood options, and rural tourism was one of the options. And we had to work on a business plan for a rural tourism. The first time we just went around to look from a tourist perspective that what are the things that can be offered from this village in terms of unexplored treks, natural beauty, etc. And we held village level meetings and PRA exercises to get their views. We came up with an elaborate marketing plan so that they can take it forward. I have a lot of interesting memories of this entire project. When we were traveling in those villages, what we noticed was that no matter how poor the people we came across, everyone would have a smile on their faces and they would greet you and they would invite you in for a cup of tea. In fact, some of them were so insistent, and I think I've had more tea in this 1 month than I've ever had in my life, and wonderful tea at that.
In the current stint with BIF, I'm working on 2 projects. One basically was the Mandwa Cooperative, which works in cashew nut shell liquid. So they currently have a small pilot plant there. So I basically had to assess that plant and understand if a larger plant is set up, then the business plan for it. The second one was here at Udli Kanchan. This institute basically works in developing a fodder seeds for fodder crops, which give the right amount of nutrition to get maximum milk production from those livestock. So my basic project was that to understand how they can expand their reach to the market and to the farmers. It was important for me to first of all understand what are the needs of the farmers, so understanding and interacting with them. I also worked with few SHG women and understood from them how they've come out of deprivation and poverty. And from that, I put down a plan as to how the Central Research Station could tap these women to increase their reach for the products that they make. I think what I learned was their means of satisfaction in life are very simple. So somewhere we get lost in that we want so much more in life all the time. The simplicity in life somewhere get lost. I was staying in areas where there were no lights and the phone connectivity wasn't good. Plus episodes of bed bugs and mice in the room. But they were very hospitable people.
My work was focused with the Orissa part of Harsha Trust. They provide the tribal women with the means for starting a poultry farm themselves. My major focus was how to improve the profit. We did the market analysis for the entire area, the cost benefit analysis. Second was improving the structure of the cooperative in terms of creating some sort of an incentive mechanism so that the tribal women are motivated. One instance where we had gone to meet the group, and especially one of the ladies in that group, her farm was destroyed. Still, during the whole meeting, she was so positive about the whole industry. She never cribbed, she never asked for money. After the meeting was over, she took us to dance with them. Her positive attitude actually drove me and created an impact on me. When government had waived off the 40,000 crore loan for the farmers, I thought, what a stupid idea is this? What a waste of money. I was only thinking of the business angle. But now I realize that what impact that one decision would have had on the lives of lakhs of people. This has just made me more aware and more sensitive.
This rural stint has been like an eye-opener for me. When I used to have rice at my home, I never used to think that how much sweat of the farmer has gone into it.
After the project, I found it difficult to go to a barista and have a cup of coffee, because I just thought that I was wasting so much money on something like that. So I think at the core there are certain values that this project has instilled in me.
I was able to stay in circumstances and situations which probably I wouldn't have got into on my own. So as a person, I've become a little more confident about myself.
Before taking any decisions, I would clearly think of the impact that it would have on the people staying in the larger part of India.
I think now I have a better idea of how they think, and what do they look into a product or service.
This, I'm sure, will help me in my career ahead. I have been made to see that how diverse the country is.
It helps us inculcate a sense of belonging rather than just to oneself, to the community. That's basically the ethos of the Tata Group also.
We have had a very successful run of this first really rural community stint. Some of the interesting experiences that people have talked about have been about living in the villages. Some of them have been about understanding the environment in which the NGOs operate, the kind of challenges that they face, the kind of lifestyle and issues that you begin to understand in the informal context when you're living in that community for a period of time.
Very quickly, I think they get over the initial culture shock, they get acclimatized very fast. And therefore, the quality of the input that they provide on what we actually should be doing in rural markets is of a very high standard. I've been terribly impressed.
They have gone pretty much into the detail. And out of these 6 ideas or 5 ideas that I saw, I think at least 4 of them are clearly supportable.
While they are focused on results, at the same time, I think this essential sense of that basic appreciation of how do we live in an ecosystem to create value is holistically shaping an individual to move forward, to face different challenges in life.
They bring a sense of maturity, better understanding of the society at large, vision, and willing to be a team player in a larger organization and not look for individual laurels.
When they were to work in different companies, they were to spread the word, they were to lead the teams and the companies that they work for to go in these directions.
I'm happy that the TAS officers have taken it very enthusiastically. They have really worked hard to make it a successful program, and our partners have acknowledged that they have really added value to their work. So that's really very encouraging.
It's something that we feel proud to run sitting here at Group Human Resources.